Welcome and hello. This is the Talking About Noise show. My name is Art Moore.
My name is Eric Hansen, and we are here to bring you another musical adventure for another week.
Yeah, dude.
Talk about music. Music production.
Yeah, definitely. I want to take a second real quick and just talk about how you can help us. You know, we put a lot of time and effort into this podcast. It's a lot of fun. We'll do it even if nobody watches. But if you just tell a friend, we'd really appreciate it. It'd be great, you know, help spread the word about Talking About Noise and the other Talking About Noise family of products that we provide. We have nothing. It's just Talking About Noise. It's just this show.
It's just this show.
Really. But, you know, I think
still need to do...
I think we're having a good time with it.
We still need to do... T-shirts.
Yes.
And bumper stickers.
T-shirts,
everybody
bumper stickers.
Loves bumper stickers.
Yeah, that'd be a lot
and
of fun.
And decals. Tattoos.
There we go. We have a whole bunch of stuff we're going to start doing. And we're also going to hopefully do some giveaways here soon. So we're excited about that as well.
Yes.
So
let's give away our tattoos.
Like
noise,
fake tattoos with Talking About Noise on them? That's not a
right.
bad idea.
Fake. Yeah,
that'd be kind of cool.
Totally.
Anyways, what's up with you, Eric? What have you been working on?
Want to give a shout out to the product service Melodics.
We talked about them last week.
Finger
right?
drumming. No, we talked about MIDI guitar last week.
That's right, MIDI guitar.
And it's so awesome. I was still playing with the demo.
Nice.
My finger drumming is considerably better. I'm so good with my fingers. They're amazing. It's magic.
Sweet.
Anyway, did my Melodics lesson this week or today. So I'm already done.
Great.
Anyway.
Very good.
Can't recommend it enough. I really like. They have a new courses menu, and you take courses and not just lessons, and really learn how to do like cue point drumming. And
so it's really trying to help you become a much better finger drummer.
Yeah, that's the whole goal.
Okay,
teaches you how to finger drum. I know it sounds stupid as can be.
Yeah, just a little silly, but
of course,
there's a lot of people who are doing that.
To be fair, had the person who created the drum set originally was probably like, you bang on these and they make noise, and everyone's like, no.
Yeah, you're gonna have like
you have a good time with
these guys together, and you're just gonna that's an instrument. No, I don't
actually
think so.
Okay, so side note, I was watching a Cream concert
with Eric Clapton, right?
Yeah, 1969. Yeah, when they were in Cream. And they were playing the Royal Albert Hall, and the guy who was not voice editing, like the voiceover work or whatever he was doing. Like he was the
commentator.
Yeah, the commentator, but he was trying to like announce pop music. He kept calling it pop music. He's like, I'm trying to bring in pop music to the rest of the world.
Okay.
You know, it was like his mission to explain what pop music was to the classical loving people of the 60s. It was really hilarious to be like, and these people, it's not really clear whether this music will survive within their generation. And like Eric Clapton is playing a solo, and he's just killing it, right?
Totally
He's amazing.
Well. Yeah.
And they're like, and clearly the music quality is lower than what we would expect, right? This like super obnoxious, pretentious guy. But it was really funny how he's like, and we just don't know how long this fad will last.
This is going to be a long-lasting fad. I love that.
Yeah, the fad, I guess. I guess rock is dead in 2016, so
it's totally dead in 2016.
Anyway, that's all I'm working on. What are you working on?
You know, I just, in the next couple of weeks, I teach a lot of music lessons. I have, about 40 students, and we have our recitals next week, and I stack them all. And instead of making 40 kids go to a 4-hour-long recital, I break them up into 4 different ones. And so
an hour is still too long.
An hour is still too long. I try to keep about 45 minutes. And then people moving in and out. But the nice thing is it's not just one instrument. So you'll get a drummer, you'll get a guitarist, you'll get a pianist, you'll get
man, look at you, Mr.
A trumpet player, a tubist. You get all kinds of different instruments in the recital because I teach 8 different instruments.
You are Mr. Music. Mr. Magic Music.
That's the worst name ever.
We should give you the creepiest name whatsoever. Come take lessons from Mr. Music.
Mr. Magic Music.
And like you have a picture, you have like the creepiest picture with like a mustache. Come in, kids. I have candy.
I have a mustache.
No, like the
with just the mustache.
Just the mustache
with the handlebars.
If you cut your beard and just had a mustache, that would freak me the crap out.
Okay.
Freak
Next podcast,
me the crap
I'm gonna cut it. I'm gonna shave off my beard and just bring a mustache.
And
we'll see how freaked out
you're
you
gonna sit there and hug me and be like, "Hey,
hey Eric, how you doing?
get close."
Buddy? Anyway,
That would be hilarious. So, moving on. Let's do some news. What do you say?
Yeah, here we go. All right, folks. A few weeks ago, I had a huge rant about the Apple iPhone and how
Was that last week? I think that was 2 weeks ago.
It was 3 or 4 weeks ago. It was a while ago. It was before my wife got an Apple iPhone 7, and she told me I had to stop complaining about it because
Is this a conversion story?
No, it is definitely not a conversion story.
I've seen the errors of my way, people. And I bring you the news. The glad news of the iPhone of Tim Cook, right?
Yes. So no, this is more of an update on what's going on with Apple, and especially with one of their other companies, Beats by Dre. And Beats came out with a pair of earbuds recently that don't actually work with the iPhone 7.
That's actually kind of funny.
What are they doing?
That tells you that the business segments aren't communicating.
Yeah, they're not. Or this is a product in development, and then when did it? I don't know.
Here's my goal: to be in a position in the future where I can build a spaceship, right?
Right.
And people can work in my spaceship, and I can just throw billions of dollars at ideas and be like, I got cash in the bank. I'll do whatever I want.
You just
Beats music. What is that? What is it? Music? I like it. I like the name. Bot. What is that? I don't know. I'm gonna buy it. It's mine.
What are you talking about?
Apple.
I feel like you're because you're copying Apple's kind of thing.
That's my goal. I want to be the Tim Cook,
an Apple,
except I want to be more charismatic.
Guy.
I want to be the Steve Jobs.
Steve Jobs guy with the black T-shirts. And
I walk out and everyone
claps high-rise
and
jeans.
People think like, oh my gosh, he's so hip. He's so in. I'm going to have announcements.
Who ever thought that about Steve Jobs?
You're joking,
I don't think he was
right?
hip. He was very old.
No. He was a tech god. He was like, oh my gosh. Don't you remember that? People would stop everything they're doing during the Apple keynote conferences. Yeah. To listen to Steve Jobs.
Really? That happened?
What? You really don't remember this?
Well, I remember distinctly not watching those or ever really know when they were happening.
So back when I had the iPhone, that was like the biggest thing. Whoa.
Now let's talk about years here. Was that back in, 2007? 2008?
Yeah, around there.
8? Yep. You had the first iPhone? Which iPhone did you have?
Yeah.
iPhone.
Sure.
You don't even know.
Whatever. I don't care. No, I just remember Steve Jobs would have an announcement and the world would lose its mind, and then Windows would do something. What's his name? Ballmer would ever come out.
Steve Ballmer.
Yeah. And not crickets, not a whisper. Nobody cared.
Okay, I think that's
really
there's a gross oversimplification of what happened.
No. The world. He sucked the world in. Everybody revolved around, except for you. You were the lone wolf out there.
Out of the whole world, I was off on the edge, not buying Apple products. Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
So I did
you were a lone wolf.
I had the very first Apple iPhone, and
yeah, I know. I remember.
I got so frustrated with it. I as soon as Droid came out with a comparable phone, I got that, and so I've been Droid ever since. But
so interesting. Beats makes a pair of headphones that doesn't work with the new iPhone.
Yeah, just weird. Anyways, we can move on. What do you got for us?
So I want to go back to memory lane. It's not necessarily news. We are going to go over the top 200 songs of the 2000s.
All right, the top 2,000 songs of the last 200 years.
What? No, of the last decade.
I get confused. So the top 10 songs of the last two.
I hate calling it the 2000s, right? Because it's stupid. So I want to call
I remember
the
somebody
first decade of this century.
How's that's a good way to do it. Somebody was trying to make it the 2/0s. And I don't think that, that was a very weird way to say it. But
yeah, we're all confused by this. Matter of fact, I think we should move to a whole new calendar system altogether.
Yeah, we should call it the 20s.
We should base it on when the 20s. iPhone was created, and we'll call it Stardate I01. There we go.
I could totally see that happening. Apple coming up with their own proprietary time.
Their own calendar and their time system.
Calendar
They're
with a time signature
everybody, if you subscribe $40 a month,
and
you can subscribe to our calendar system.
They make their days like 26 hours. And like, our days are longer. We have more hours.
We're more productive. Therefore, and they're going to use the word magic like 20 times in their ad.
Magic.
And this is absolute magic.
We have found that people who've switched over to this productivity, it's magic.
Oh my gosh.
And we're like, it's the same amount of time as anyone else. No, it's more.
No, it gives you more. Therefore,
it feels like more. It is more. It is more.
I cannot tell you how more productive I've been.
More than
it's
24.
almost as if it's been magic.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, we're going to go over. We already went over the top 5 songs.
That's right. We did do that last week.
It wasn't last week. It was a little while ago. But we got to go over number 10 through number 5.
You'll notice everything I say is last week. Everything happened last week.
Yeah,
10 through 5.
Let's I actually like that.
I remember Hey Ya was on that list. What else was on that list for the top 5?
Oh my gosh, I'm going to have to actually
That's okay. You don't have to look them.
Scroll, my friend.
That's fine. Let's go do number 6 through 10.
MIA, Paper Planes, Outkast, Hey Ya, you were right. Yep. Beyonce, Crazy in Love, Jay-Z, 99 Problems.
Oh, that's right. 99
Gnarls
Problems.
Barkley, Crazy. Okay, so we're moving on from number 10 to number 5.
Number 10 to number 5.
Because that's how we roll backwards.
Well, 10 to number 6.
It creates tension, right? And we have to have drama music. And number 5. Okay, number 10. Okay, seriously, that was not drama. I was just annoyed.
I thought it was a little dramatic.
Nope. MGMT, Time to Pretend.
Management, is that right?
No,
MGMT.
Just MGMT.
Okay, great.
They changed it to MGMT just to be obnoxious. That album was fantastic, by the way.
Okay.
And that was the first song on the album. That's the one where they sing about moving to Paris, doing heroin, getting models for wives.
All right.
It was fun.
Sounds like a great song.
Oh my gosh, it was such a good song. And I want to sing it, but it's going to be really bad, so I'm not going to because it's in my mind.
Yeah, we like to play by the YouTube's rules and just the rules of common
I had that huge
decency.
Synth. Down.
All right, so what was the next one?
Number 9, U2, Beautiful Day.
Oh,
this brings back memories.
Yeah,
my fondest memory of this song is waiting in line at the Taco Bell in college.
Okay.
And this song played on one radio station. I changed the next radio station. It was on again.
No.
And then it was on the next
keep going.
radio station.
How many?
And I was like, it was just 3.
Oh my gosh.
But I was like, wow. The same song on 3 stations. There's something in the universe that means something. I need to find meaning in the cosmos because of this. I think what it meant was that Bono is actually not human. He is a reptilian overlord designed to enslave the human race.
Well, there have been internet groups trying to prove this for many years, and I don't see the evidence as being,
Well, it's true.
Pretty damning.
Bono, I'm not sure about. But other people, it's pretty clear the reptilians are here.
Oh no, they're definitely
folks,
here.
To take us over.
I think Bono's more on the tiger family of alien overlords that are trying. I mean, we have a couple
there's
of different.
a tiger family?
There's a couple of different feuding families coming in.
This is amazing.
Of different races to try to take over the earth because, I mean, let's face it. With people like Justin Bieber out there, this is a very attractive planet.
Well, and with the impending skeleton war coming.
I don't know that reference.
Yeah, that's a big one. There's a skeleton war coming.
Don't know that reference.
Skeleton war's here.
You keep saying it, but you're not helping me understand the reference.
That's the whole point. It's a meme art. If you don't get it,
go forward.
You're just not in.
Oh yeah, no. You can't internet speak to me. No. You can't go all internet-y on me. I'm
doing it.
Talk leet speak or say I has much.
Are you the one? Are you the one who got me into Imager?
No, let's not talk about Imager.
I think you are.
Let's talk about something
else.
else.
I am far.
What's the next song?
The master becomes the. No, I had it backwards. Student becomes the master.
Yes.
Amy Winehouse, Rehab.
Ooh, that's a good song.
And I said no.
I listened to that song tons. Yeah, that was very.
It was really good.
Yeah, it was a good one.
The producer was Mark Ronson on that song, who was also the one who did that Bruno Mars song.
He wrote the Bruno Mars song.
Yeah. My mind went blank. Anyway, that one that was
I don't
really
think that's
popular.
the name of the song.
Because Funk Town gonna give it to you. Funk Town gonna funk you up. That's what it was. Yeah.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Very good.
The problem with having ADHD is it's a problem. Clearly.
Do you have ADHD?
I do.
Okay. I've never noticed you to be like not very focusy. You're a pretty focusy guy. No?
I think the podcast would pretty much attest to that fact that I'm
All right. Folks, give us your clinical diagnosis down below in the YouTube comments.
Actually, I don't need it.
Send us an email at talkingaboutnoise@gmail.com.
Okay.
Is Eric, in your opinion, ADHD? All right.
Am I? The yeahs, maps. Dude, I love the yeahs.
I don't remember this song at all.
I actually don't know if they're still together. Are
They're
they?
not together.
I need to look that up. That's kind of sad.
They're absolutely not together.
That makes me cry.
No, they're the nas now. Okay, keep going. What's number 6?
No, I'm
Are we
letting
on
that
number
joke
6?
linger.
Number 6.
You heard it. You heard that joke.
Yeah, that
you
joke was
heard
like a bad fart in a quiet room.
Oh my gosh. Okay, number 6, the White Stripes, Seven Nation Army.
Seven Nation Army.
So that one I totally agree with because that has been adopted by everybody. It's everywhere.
Yep.
Marching bands are playing it.
And that's the lamest form
you
of
hear
the
it
song,
at
just so everyone knows.
Every
Cut it out,
college
guys.
game. I don't know. That
I have
like
maybe once a month, and one of my guitar students want to learn how to play Seven Nation Army. So
yeah, I mean,
It's just really
it's very
popular
cool.
song. It's a good
cool,
song.
for Jack White Stripes. I like him. Anyway, next week we'll probably move on to the next 5 in a row. Anyway, going down memory lane. This is fun.
yeah, I'm having a good time.
Good times.
This is good.
All right, we're moving on to
All
the
right.
production segment.
Yeah, production.
You got production, right?
Rock on. Now, as we start to get into this production segment, it's actually a separate video, and it's going to be you're not going to see it, but we're cutting away to something else. And when we do that, you're going to hear it's just going to be me. So, we'll go with that, and we'll go there. Here we go. Welcome, Talking About Noise. Today I thought we'd do a very important video, and that's tuning your snare drum. Now, if you're a recording engineer, you're going to find that you'll get a lot of people come in, they haven't tuned their drum well, and if you know how to do it, it's really going to help. I have kind of scoured the internet for good YouTube videos on this, and I found a few, but this one I think is going to be helpful because it combines 2 different techniques that are really going to help us. So let's start from the very beginning. This snare drum here is completely loose. So all of the lugs are finger loose. They're not tight at all. And all I'm going to do is I'm going to go through and just make sure they're all finger tight. So I'm going to tighten them just with my fingers and make sure they're kind of even right there. Now, almost everybody loves doing kind of the star pattern. That's what we're going to do. I'm going to start with 1 full turn as we get going. Okay. So 1 full turn. Come over here. 1 full turn there as well. Another full turn here. Another full turn here. And try just get them as even as possible all the way around. Now you may find some that are a little loose, so you just check, make sure. And the snare drum's starting to sound, like a snare drum. Kind of. This sounds like a very, very cheap snare drum from, those very, $100 drum sets or $200 drum sets. So we're still not there. We're going to go around the horn one more time. We're going to do 1 more full turn since we started from such a low setting. And I know some people are very particular about their star pattern, how they do it. I tend not to be as particular. I tend to just go for a good snare sound, and I don't really care as much that it's done in a particular order. Okay, so now we're getting a nice loud, nice high snare sound there. And you can hear we've got lots of ring. Ring is one of the hardest things about being a recording engineer. Like, what do you do with ring? on a snare drum. If you have ring on a snare drum in a recording, it is really hard to get out. I mean, you can try to EQ it out, but it's not always successful. It's just a hard thing. So we're going to take a look at that here as well. I like the pitch pretty well, but I think we go just a little bit higher. Go half turn all the way around the horn. If you're on YouTube, leave a comment. How many times have you had someone come into the studio with a drum that wasn't ready for a recording? You had to tune it up themselves. That's happened to me quite a few times, and I'm very glad that I knew how to do it. Okay, now we're super high here. This is not normally as high as I would set a snare drum if I was recording it. Okay, so what we're going to do is the first big tip. It's at a good pitch, a little high from where I like it, but we have a lot of that ring. You can hear that ring just really kind of going hard. We're going to take down here and at the 2 bottom, you could also do the 2 top, but 2 of the ones that are close together, we are going to loosen these guys up. And I did a full turn there. Some people go as far as to get a little ripple here in the bottom, and we may get there today. But the idea, yes, the pitch has dropped, but the ring is less. Let's go one more full turn, see where we end up. Oh, that one completely lost its grip, so we're done with that guy. And this guy down here, again, also just about completely just finger tight. And you can hear we've gotten rid of that ring. Now, this is not my favorite snare sound. This sounds to me a little dead, a little lifeless. So we're going to bring that pitch up just a little bit by giving everyone a little quarter turn. 1, 2, 3, except for these bottom 2. 4, 5, and the last one is number 6. Let's hear how that sounds. Now, I like that sound a lot. You'll notice down here on the bottom of the snare, we are getting some ripples here. And I'm going to kind of accentuate that just a little bit more. Bring these guys back a little bit. I like the way the drum's sounding so far. Rim shot. Okay, so that's a pretty good sound there. I like that. Now you can add ring back by tightening these 2 guys back up, or you can completely eliminate it by getting these guys almost completely loose. And I'm going to do that right now. We're going to hear the difference in that. So these guys are almost completely loose. You can see this is a very dry sounding snare. Okay, now I'm going to bring in the ring just a little bit more. A little half turn on each one. You can hear just a little bit of ring. And it's not going to be exact all the way around the snare drum. I found that if you're trying to get every lug to sound exactly the same, you're going to run into some problems. Now, the snares underneath are pretty tight right now. I'm liking how they sound, but they seem to rattle a little bit too long. I want a nice crisp sound on this snare drum. So, what I'm going to do, there are 2 lugs here on the bottom and 2 lugs on the other side. This is where the strainer is, the snare strainer. It starts from here, it ends on this side here. I could turn over the drum, but I'm not going to do that today. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the lugs on the bottom and I'm going to loosen those up just a half turn. Okay, that's one side done. Oh, I was tightening there. Here we go. That's a half turn there. And a half turn there. Okay. So, a lot drier than before. And it's starting to get that kind of sound from, the cheap snare drum. So what we're going to do is we're going to come down here, add a little more ring to it, give it a little more life, just a little quarter turn there on those two. Let's see where we end up. Okay, so those snares underneath, I'm going to tighten those down a little bit more. Maybe a little bit less. Just a little bit of ring. We can get rid of that ring. Sometimes the ring really annoys me. But if everything else is sounding pretty good, undo these guys, tighten everybody up a little bit to get it up to pitch, and you should get a really nice dry snare. And I think that's a great sounding snare drum. So the 2 tips for tuning the snare drum is after you get everything up to pitch, okay, make sure you do tone control here with those ringing tones down here. And if you have a snare that's just rattling too much, 2 lugs on the bottom on each side of the snare itself will help control that. Undo that so you get a little bit less movement here on the bottom head, and that should help control that snare sound. This is Art Moore from the Talking About Noise Show. All right, folks, we're ready for some picks of the week.
Picks of the week, relatively less known artists that we like to point out so that you can go and support them, because we enjoy supporting artists because we are artists.
Yeah, so that's a pretty good explanation. My pick of the week this week is a band called Judah and the Lion, and this album is called Kids These Days. And I don't really know how to describe them. It's kind of like banjo-y, but kind of not like, I don't know. Just listen to them. This song is called Scared, and go support these guys. These guys are good. I like them.
And I'm scared of fire from up above. And I'm scared of werewolves. I'm scared of vampires that fall in love.
Yeah, so I think that's such an interesting sound. It's got a little bit of bluegrass, a little bit of flat picking in there, but it's like also got the production of like a rock song, kind of. I don't know. What do you think, Eric?
I like it so far.
Who are you texting?
Your mom.
You're texting my mom? How's she doing, by the way?
Anyway, focused.
Have you ever publicly shamed someone for texting while you're talking to them?
I'm fully focused.
That's always the greatest thing, is to publicly shame. But you didn't even just like while we're talking. We're recording the podcast.
I told you I have ADHD, right? Well,
all right. Here's the example of Eric's ADHD.
Okay,
remember, down below in the comments, we're looking for your clinical diagnosis about Eric's issues.
So the music, I actually really liked it.
It's kind of a good sound. Like it's got that kind of banjo thing in the back.
Yeah, they had the banjo thing. You really like the banjo thing. That's kind of your. This is kind of your music.
I've been kind of like, yeah, that's been my jam for a little while. It's just like stuff with banjos. Yeah, let me hear it. I want to hear it. So yeah,
I'm gonna pull my phone up again because that's where my pick of the week is.
No, we know you reference your phone because you got to get all those dank memes off the internet.
All right, my pick of the week is Sharon Van Etten. And the song is I Wish I Knew.
I Wish I Knew.
And it looks like the album is a self-titled album. And there's a picture of her drinking something kind of like artsy, like a painting. Anyway, go.
All right.
And out after a while, it's all changed. Come in here and be yourself again.
here's the thing I like about that. I did this whole video on how to tune your snare drum, and that snare drum is tuned completely different. And I love the sound of that snare drum too.
Yeah.
It's like it's the snares are rattling a lot. There's a lot of ring in that snare drum. So I mean, you have to, of course, do your snare drum the way that sounds best for your music, and the way I did was, one of those ways. So I love that snare drum. But also, could you hear in the recording the pedal of the piano in the background?
I could not.
You could actually hear, well, you couldn't. I heard actually the pedal, this low kind of thumping noise of the pedal, and it added to like the rhythmic interest of what was going on. It was way cool, a very interesting engineering decision. I kind of liked it. So
awesome.
Yeah.
Go listen to the rest of the album, Art.
I'm going to go listen to the rest of it. All right, folks.
That's it for us today.
Yeah, check us out at talkingaboutnoise.blogspot.com. Email us at talkingaboutnoise@gmail.com. I'm on Twitter at Artmore Studios. He's on Twitter at...
Check me out at I Am The Swoop, and also check out my website, theswooptheband.com.
That's right,
We have a ton of new stuff coming out. It's going to be huge.
New music. Now, remember, if you didn't have a chance, go back to our last episode 89. Eric has a brand new song out of there, and we're just waiting for comments to come in. We're going to do a whole breakdown of his song and what he can do better. And we're crowdsourcing it. We're going to get some help from everyone. So... and we'll probably hit that up next week. Make sure you leave comments down in the YouTube. Share it. Subscribe. Tell somebody that this is a show that they should watch. And that's it.
Great.
We're out of here.